Imagine yourself living in a quiet town, but all of a sudden, someone starts hacking people, leaking their deepest secrets. Everything turns into chaos and people start to hunt you because they think that you're the mastermind behind the hacking. What would you do? Would you try to explain everything? Or would you try to run away? Or would you fight them with everything you got? Welcome back, guys. It's Motion Recaps again, and today we're covering the 2018 thriller movie Assassination Nation. We have spoilers ahead, so proceed with care. Before we begin, feel free to subscribe to our channel and also like this video. Also, make sure you remain with us until the end to find out how fascinating the story is. It helps our great community to grow and enable us to strive for the highest quality content. So without further ado, let's begin. We meet Lily, a teenager that lives in the town of Salem. Her boyfriend Mark is filming her as he's shoving his fingers into her throat. Lily goes to her friend's house to meet with her friends. She gets out of the car and some little girl shows up. It turns out that that's the girl that Lily babysits sometimes. The girl's parents show up and they talk a little with Lily before parting their ways with her. Lily then meets her friends M, Sarah, and Bex. They talk about a party that'll happen that night, and Bex, their transgender friend, tells them that she has a crush on a guy named Diamond. They talk about it before going to the party. And then we can see a little montage of all the teenagers getting ready for that party. Almost everyone is going. However, a guy named Marty stays at home. He's a typical 4chan enjoyer, and he finds out that the city's mayor got hacked by a person named Erostratus. Marty downloads the leaked file. There he sees tons of photos and videos of Major dressed as a woman and a lot of stuff that implies that he's homosexual. The leaked files go viral and everyone at the party is talking about it. Lily is constantly getting dirty messages from someone that's named Daddy in her contacts. Mark doesn't know a thing about that. Her so-called daddy asks her to send him some unholy pictures, and Lily goes to the bathroom to do that. Tomorrow they go to school, and Bex is angry at Diamond because he just left last night after having sex with her. Lily gets in trouble and she goes to the principal's office because he found her explicit drawings of the naked women. Then they argue a little about those drawings, but the principal is a good guy, and he lets Lily go. Lily gets a message from her daddy, and she goes to the bathroom to take a few pictures for him again. The mayor goes to make an announcement and the people are enraged. They're shouting at him to resign. He takes a gun and he puts a bullet in his head. Tomorrow, a major's assistant goes to see the principal because he thinks that some student hacked him. They start to argue because the principal thinks that this isn't a student doing, and then he gets a call. A woman on the phone tells him to check his computer. Later, he finds out that the information has been leaked. That night, he talks with his wife about that, and he tells her that Erostratus leaked their dirty messages, and students are recreating them. Also, Erostratus leaked a photo of his daughter bathing, and because of that, everyone calls the principal a pedophile, and they immediately want him to resign. Lily gets home and she talks with her parents about the principal. She defends him, telling them that he's not a pedo because of that picture. She says to them that people are sexualizing everything and that the principal is a victim. Her parents get mad and her brother is quietly eating. That night, Lily sends a provocative picture to her daddy, and then she gets a massage from Erostratus. She tries to find his IP, but he's using VPN. The next day, Mark pranks her, and then Lily calls him to come to her party. That night, everyone is drunk and high, and they're talking about some dirty things. The problem emerges when Bex mentions that Mark didn't give oral pleasure to Lily. Mark gets mad because of that, and he and Lily go to a private place. They start to fight, and the situation escalates really quickly. Mark gets angry, and Lily is sobbing in tears. However, Mark calms her down. Lily then gets a message from her daddy that he sees her, and we find out that it's her neighbor and the father of the girl that she babysits. Mark starts giving oral pleasures to Lily, and her daddy watches everything. Tomorrow at the police station, the mayor's assistant and Officer Richter are interrogating Marty. He tells them that he isn't Erostratus, but he admires him. Because of that assistant, the officer gets suspicions of him. As they talk, everyone gets a message of a list of people that got hacked. Among those people is Diamond, who slept with Bex and Lily's daddy. We find out that his name is Nick Mathers. Lily is terrified because she knows that everyone will eventually find out that he has provocative photos of her. The gang goes to school and they find out that G.I. Joe Officer Richter is monitoring everyone who enters. As they pass, he scans them from head to toe. One girl found out that her best friend leaked her nudes. She takes a baseball bat and she enters a hall where her friend is practicing. She smashes the bat into her hand and she kills her instantly. Police got her. A bunch of students gather and everyone is cheering, proving the vicious killing. Mark meets with Lily. He acts really strange and he asks her if she has a birthmark on her back. She figures out that Mark saw leaked photos of her and she denies that she has a birthmark. Then she gets jumped by Mark's friends and they shove her to the ground. Mark starts to film everything. They pull her shirt up and Mark sees a birthmark. He tells her that he will have revenge because she cheated on him. Mark and his friends leave, and then he leaks her identity and everyone finds out that she had an affair with a married man. Lily gets home and their parents are waiting for her. She knows what is about to happen. Her mother beats her and she locks her in a room. After some time, she manages to get out and she walks through the street with her bare feet. We can see how depressed she is. Suddenly, some guy in a car calls her and he's filming her. He says that he has found a famous Salem slut and he calls her into the car. Lily starts to walk faster and she hides in someone's backyard. His friend pulls over and he goes after Lily. However, Lily surprises him with a shovel in his face. A month passed and everything changed. Everyone is wearing masks to hide their identity. People made a special vigilante force for hunting Erostratus, and they're really serious about it. They were armed like an army. The first victim of their anger is Maddie, a 4chan dude. They tie him up and they torture him to get information. He swears to them that he is an Erostratus, and he tells them that he monitored the internet data of the citizens. He explained that Lily used the most data and that she's Erostratus. They put him on a chair to tell that to a camera, and after that they stab him to death. Lily and her friends are chilling and talking at M's place when they found out that Marty put all blame on Lily. Em and Sarah quickly go to secure the house because they know that vigilantes will come. However, they're too late. Vigilantes sneak into the house and one of them snatches Em while the other one gets Sarah. One man shows up to get Lily, but she's saved by M's mother, who begins to shoot at the intruders. Bex hears that and she jumps off the balcony. M's mother gives a nice resistance, but soon she's shot in the head. Bex is jumped by a vigilante that has a nail gun, and they fall into the pool. Bex manages to take a gun away from him and she kills him. She gets out and escapes. Vigilantes take Em and Sarah outside where Officer Richter is waiting for them, surrounded by the angry mob. They beat them up before packing them into a police car. Lily escapes to Nick's house and he lets her in. His family left him because of an affair with Lily. He tells Lily that he will take care of her and he takes her upstairs to a bed. Bex is running for her life, but Diamond and Johnny get her. They are with their friends. They tie up Bex with a plan to hang her later. Lily is in bed with Nick and suddenly he starts to act really strange. He starts to touch her and he takes his knife out. Lily is obviously scared and when Nick kisses her, she bites his tongue and escapes. She gets into the bathroom where she slips and falls into the bathtub where she finds Marty's dead body all wrapped up in a plastic bag. She's panicking while Nick is trying to break in. She gets out of the bathtub and she manages to get a razor as a weapon for self-defense. Nick breaks in. He jumps her, but she slits her throat. Poor Lily then gets up looking like Carrie and she washes her up. Then she goes to Nick's living room and there she finds an arsenal of weapons. She gears up and she goes to find her friends. Officer Richter is driving his car when he stumbles upon Lily. He gets out and she points a shotgun at him. He reaches for his gun and Lily shoots him without even blinking. She helps her friends. They share one big hug before Lily arms them. And then they go on a killing spree, killing everyone who tries to attack them. And they start blasting everyone. Sarah kills the guy that holds the rope and they set Bex free. Eventually, they kill everyone besides Johnny, who surrenders. He begs them to spare his life. Bex decides to spare him. Diamond shows up and Bex tells them to escape because they plan to continue their fight. The group is finally reunited and they hug each other tightly. And then we see Lily's video message. She tells other girls and women to make their stand and to fight against the vigilantes who are taking their freedom and rights, against the people who sexualize and objectify them. The gang is on the street and a lot of girls are joining them. Now they have their little army. The vigilante mob approaches them and they have a standoff. Suddenly, we're transported into the FBI interrogation room. Lily's brother and mother are there. The agents ask Lily's brother why he leaked everything, and there, we find out that he's Erostratus. He tells a kid that he ruined lives and that people got killed because of his act. The kid shrugs as he tells the agent that he did it for the loss. And the movie ends there. And that's our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also hit the like button if you enjoyed it. And hit also the bell icon if you want to get notified if we have a new story for you. So after this video, please check out the videos we've attached for you. See you next time.